Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me today for the Cafeteria Staff Training Grant Informational Webinar session. As we go through today, if you have any questions, please type them into the question box at the top left of your screen. This is a new grant for fiscal year 2019. Background on the grant: the Healthy Schools Act of 2010 allows OSSI to make grants available through a competitive or formula grant process to public schools, public charter schools, or other organizations to provide training sessions for school cafeteria workers and food service vendors on knowledge, training, and tools they need to plan, prepare, and purchase healthy products to create nutritious, safe, and enjoyable meals. The purpose of the grant is to provide training sessions for school cafeteria workers and food service vendors on knowledge, training, and tools they need to plan, prepare, and purchase healthy products to create nutritious, safe, and enjoyable school meals. The intended population to be reached by the grant is school food service nutrition employees who work with District of Columbia Public Schools, District of Columbia Public Charter Schools, or DC nonprofit private schools participating in the National School Lunch Program and Healthy Schools Act. The total funding available for this grant is $200,000. Funds will be awarded for applications ranging from $2,500 to $200,000 if one applicant is selected. It is possible that a grant request may not be fully funded, but may be approved for partial funding. Funding for this grant is available through September 30th, 2019. Applications opened on Monday, September 10th, and must be submitted by October 25th at 3:00 p.m. OSSI will accept applications from DCPS, DC Public Charter Schools, and DC nonprofit private schools who participate in the National School Lunch Program, as well as other organizations that support the National School Lunch Program, including the School Breakfast Program and After School Snack Program. Applications from organizations other than DCPF or charter LEAs must encompass training a minimum of 3 school campuses participating in the National School Lunch Program during the 2018-2019 school year. Applying organizations must have experience supporting school food programs. Additionally, a letter of interest regarding the training is required from each school the organization plans to provide training for. Funds must be used to train school food service nutrition employees who work in DCPS, DC Public Charter Schools, or DC nonprofit private schools participating in the National School Lunch Program. Grant funds are to be used solely to provide training to these staff on the knowledge and tools they need to plan, prepare, and purchase healthy products to create nutritious, safe, and enjoyable school meals. Allowable training topics defined by USDA School Meals Professional Standards are detailed in a request for application, as well as on the following slide. Funds received for this grant may not be combined with other school nutrition program funds and must be tracked and reported separately. These are the allowable training topics through the grant. These can also be found in the RFA. Applicants are required to provide training on a minimum of 5 of the USDA School Meal Professional Standard training topics listed in the RFA. Applicants who address more than 5 professional training standards in their application will be considered more competitive. Funds for this grant must be used for trainings that provide knowledge, skills, and tools for food service nutrition employees needed to plan, prepare, and purchase healthy products to create nutritious, safe, and enjoyable school meals. Allowable costs. Funds may be used for salaries for staff providing training to school food service nutrition employees, contracting external experts in-school meal professional standards to conduct training, registration fees for webinars or in-person training sessions, training supplies and materials, including food purchased specifically for culinary training, which must obtain prior state agency approval. The training supplies and materials may also include supplies and materials for school and staff engagement as a follow-up to the training. Funds may also be used for school food service nutrition employee salaries or stipends for time spent in training. Unallowable costs. Funds may not be used for food and beverages outside of the mentioned culinary training on the previous slide. Funds may not be used for travel reimbursements, such as hotel, airline tickets, per diem, and additional travel reimbursements. Funds may not be used for transportation costs, and funds may not be used for overhead costs associated with the training venue. The grant period will begin on the award date and end on September 30th, 2019. All funds must be obligated by September 30th, 2019. Procurement in relation to this award must comply with all district procurement guidelines. Ensure that all procurement for training is conducted in a manner that provides, to the maximum extent possible, open and free competition. If you have questions about procurement procedures, please contact your procurement office. Unexpended funds of the approved grant will be refunded to OSSI for further award to eligible applicants. Trainings provided under this grant will not be given to, granted to, transferred to, leased to, or sold to any person or entity that is not eligible to participate in the grant program as a recipient. Schools shall retain grant files and supporting documentation for a term of 3 years plus the current fiscal year after final payment. Reporting requirements. Grantees will be required to complete quarterly reports for this grant. The quarterly reports must include the type of trainings provided, accomplishments and challenges and expenditure activities, impact of the trainings on the school meal program, and reasons for any unliquidated funds. A template for the quarterly reports will be provided to all grantees. Again, the quarterly report will include a description of the training provided, which must include the training name, the USDA school meals professional standards training topics covered, the training provider, the number of school food service nutrition employees in attendance, the name of school sites each food service nutrition employee represents, hours of training provided for each training topic, and staff sign-in sheets. The quarterly report will also include accomplishments and challenges and expenditure activities, impact on the school meal program, reason for unliquidated funds, as well as the USDA Child Nutrition Program's professional standards training tracker tool for each employee who attended training. All applications are submitted using the Enterprise Grants Management System. Applications are due October 25th at 3:00 p.m. You must agree to and save assurances and central data. If you have any questions with EGMS specifically, please contact the EGMS help at 202-700. No paper applications. Details on all of the application sections can be found within RSA on the OSSI website. Grants are reviewed and scored by an external peer review panel. The review panel will review and rank each applicant's application, and when the review panel has completed its review, they shall make recommendations for awards based on the scoring process. OSSI shall make the final funding determination. This grant operates on a reimbursement-only basis. Grantees may submit for reimbursement after obligations are incurred through the EGMS. All reimbursements are submitted through EGMS and include supporting documentation. Important dates for the grant. September 10th, the application opened. September 13th is the informational webinar. September 14th at 3:00 p.m., the pre-application question period ends. September 25th, the FAQ document will be published on the OSSE website, as well as a recording of today's webinar. October 25th at 3:00 p.m. is the application submission deadline. The end of November, award notices will be sent, and on September 30th, 2019, the grant period ends. If you have any questions about the grant, please reach out to me directly. My email address is here, elisha.dcamello@dc.gov. Again, answers to all questions asked during this pre-award period will be published on a FAQ document on the OSSE website on September 25th. Thank you.